Hello? Is it still picking me up though?
Yeah, it's still picking you up.
Hold on.
What you holding? What we holding on?
Look like I heard. Look, I thought I heard attitude, and I was trying to check the.
Yeah, you heard attitude.
No, I don't. Surviving America.
I don't even know. This is the context. I didn't know that anybody was like competing. What Drake say? I was winning the race. I ain't know. Fuck. I don't know, nigga. He said some wild shit.
You're supposed to know your lines.
I do, but
you're supposed to know your lines.
I'm having an off day. I'm only gonna put up I got you for a double. I got you for a double. I got 10 points.
How you get 10?
Not right now. I said I'm gonna give you 10 points.
Oh, okay. I'm like, how you got 10? Okay.
Yeah. So.
Okay. Well, I'm looking for 100. That's usually what you give us. So we're
looking for 100. It's crazy.
100. You know
100 points in the game with Chamberlain. That's a good song too. SG Herbo and Southside.
The original Dub C. I'm done. Wilt Chamberlain, Dub C.
How'd your week though? How things been going for you?
My week was good up until.
Oh yeah.
I got a story to tell.
Go ahead.
Hit the beat.
You hate to put me on the spot. I didn't know you was gonna do all that.
I kick flow for you. Came home with sound. No, okay. So let me tell y'all what happened. Yesterday's Friday, right?
All right.
I come in. Rewind. January. So I come back from Philly. So it's like January 8th, and
January.
We find out the laundry, the wash machine is not working. When you turn it on, it runs, but it's making this dugga. Like it's off balance. It's something scraping and grinding. Like maybe a
Eclipse.
Okay. So it's like grinding. Whatever it is going ham. It's causing malice. You know what I'm saying? So you see what I do when I do it.
That was good.
And so it was in there going off. So it's messed up. You can't wash clothes in there. I put a ticket in on the 8th of January. So from the 8th up until yesterday, which was the 21st, there was no communication with us about this washer.
None.
No, nothing. And in between that time, I had submitted other tickets like, hey, what's going on? What's the status of this? I give a phone call. You checked up on it.
Checked on them.
And so nothing, right?
Right.
With the ad-libs. So then yesterday, I come home, and as I'm walking to the apartment, so those who know where we live, or who have been to the apartment, when you're walking up to my apartment, you can see from the street, you can see my balcony. You can see the balcony of the apartment. And I can see that the closet, there's a closet on the balcony. I can see, or storage, let's say a storage closet. There's a storage closet on the balcony, and obviously the door to the balcony goes to the balcony, right? Yeah. I look up, and I can see that both these doors are wide open, like all the way open.
All right.
And I'm like, okay, what's going on? And I'm thinking to myself, what's going on? So I come upstairs, doop. I come up the steps or whatever, actually it's doop.
No, I fuck out of here. You know me?
No, I'm playing. No. I come up the stairs, I open the door, and when I open it, I kind of open it slow because I'm not really sure what's going on.
Right.
And so when I open the door, I'm like, do I announce myself being here? I kind of figured it out. So I'm trying to feel it out to see if someone's here, but I don't have any, you get those weird energies or something's not right. I didn't have that. I was just like, okay, it doesn't feel like nobody's here or whatever. So I went and I kind of just started checking the apartment, trying to see what's going on. So as I walk in, I can see the laundry door is wide open and I can see a wash machine in there, a new one, when it wasn't there before. So I automatically go, okay, the maintenance people's here. That's why everything's like the way it is. But I walk in a little bit further and like, it's just shambles. So when I came in, a lot of the stuff that was inside of the pantry where the laundry was,
right,
was taken out of the pantry and placed on a table or placed on the kitchen counter. It wasn't like it was just, it's kind of just put up there, right? Then as I'm walking, I step on, my shoes are off at this point. So I walk in to kind of check the kitchen and I feel something really wet on my feet. So I'm automatically like, when I left the house this morning, I was the last one to leave. I know for a fact the door was locked and that the freaking floor wasn't wet. So I automatically put two and two together and go, yo, these dudes must have got water on the floor from moving the washer, which happens.
No, they had a slip and slide.
It was pretty bad. It was a lot of water. So I'm like, okay. So now, and I noticed also the carpet was a little damp. That it goes from the dining room to the kitchen. It's damp. So then I'm like, I'm looking around or whatever. I go to use the restroom. I go to wash my hands. No. I keep looking around and no one's here. So the apartment's unattended. So the guy, whoever it was working on stuff is not here. Yet I see everything in shambles. And the door's wide open and shit. So I'm like,
The fuck?
what is going, like, yo, what's really happening right now? Is this like some Twilight Zone shit? I go to the restroom, right? Do my thing, whatever. I go to wash my hands. There's no water. So now I'm sitting here, I'm like, you've got to be fucking kidding me.
Nope.
So at this point, I had to, oh no, sorry, back up a little bit. I had called, once I saw that the place was kind of in shambles or whatever, I was real disappointed in that. So I called, I banged the apartment hotline like, yo, somebody was here and they just did, like, something happened and they didn't fix it. I don't know what they did, but my apartment's in a mess. Like, what's going on here? What? Then it was like, okay, we're going to figure out what's going on. We're going to call the maintenance guy. I'm going to call you right back. So, okay, cool. I go to use the restroom, whatever. I go to wash my hands. I can't. The water don't work. So I had to grab a bottle of water, put soap on them joints, and old school it. Get my hands washed. Tell me why I then go into the, I go into the washroom, and there's water, like, on the floor, bro. Like,
right.
Like mad water on the floor. And I'm just saying, like, what the fuck? I was so, bro, long story short, bro, this dude came in here and did more damage. Did more damage than good. Like, they switched the washer out, but fast forward it, now when you go to wash the clothes, the brand new washer fucking leaks. It leaks, and it's causing more of a flood in the pantry. And she said, well, it might not be an emergency. It's up to their discretion.
Wait. What did she say?
She basically said it's up to them. They got to determine whether that's going to be an emergency or not. And I'm like, it's leaking water. Like, what are you talking about? There's water on the floor. We have to keep mopping and bro, it's bad, bro. This is the worst. This is hands down the worst maintenance service I've ever had in my life. And so let me tell y'all what happened. After that was all said and done, old boy came into the house, right? He comes into the house, and he starts telling us why everything was the way it was. Apparently, this dude, you want to tell it? You tell it.
No, you tell it.
So, the dude they've done, okay, we got to hold him. He's coming back right now. He comes back, and we had time to say, you know, whenever some stupid shit happen, you all make try to debate who, because we know it's different maintenance, man. You trying to figure out which one you think it was. So we both low-key thought it's probably the white boy, because he always got bad vibes. Whenever I see him, he's always got bad vibes. That's and it's not because he's white. He just got bad vibes. You're like, hey, how you doing? He won't speak. He don't acknowledge. He don't give a head nod. No, nothing. He always give you bad vibes. When I tell you this dude walked in, dog, it was some black dude with dreads. Like, I was like, oh, come on, bro. Like,
how you feel if he came in and was like, oh, y'all black? If I had known that, I would have did better.
I would have been like, that's a shame on you. You're supposed to do your job regardless. Like, your job is your job, and you should do it at 100% for anybody and all bodies. But the fact that you purposely didn't do it at 100% is even worse. Like,
at least I feel like he would have gave 120% if he knew he was black. We should have pictures around here.
Who gives a fuck what he would have gave? Who cares what you would have paid me if you didn't pay me that? If you say it's gonna give me 100, you gave me 20. I don't care that you would have gave me 100. You gave me 20.
I still care. I wonder what I missed out on. No, go ahead though. He came in the house, came in the door, waving the 4-4.
So he kicked in the door, waving the 4-4. All you heard was, niggas, I don't need this no more. No, but he kicks it. He comes in. I said kick in the door. He comes in, and he's like standing there. He's talking to us about what happened. He was like, oh yeah, I'm sorry guys. Like I'm sorry. I had what happened was I didn't know what the ticket was. I didn't have a ticket. They just told me to come in here and replace a washer. And so I'm like, okay. So I'm listening to him. I'm not talking to him. I had nothing to say to him. Thomas is talking to him. Like,
right.
I literally like don't say anything to this dude. I'm not talking to him. I don't have nothing to say to him. Nothing positive to say to him. So he can get out my face. Thomas is talking to him. The dude is like, so what had happened was apparently he realized it was a two-man job because we live on the second floor. So obviously you're going to have to take a washer up some stairs or whatever. He gets them upstairs by himself, I guess. But when it came to put in the washer, rather than take the dryer out the room first, so there's enough room to slide the washer in, because it's like a triangular shaped room. So you got to... Trapezoid, sure. And so... So you gotta try to get it in there. Rather than take the dryer out first so it was easy room to slide the washer in and plug it in, he had to get another person so he could lift the washer up over the dryer and place it down. Y'all, I don't know if y'all have ever lifted a washer before.
Nah.
Not easy. It's not light. They're heavy. And so my logic was like, well, because that's why he pulled out stuff that was on the shelf.
Time out. Have you lifted a washing machine before?
We've like from working at Sears.
Like overhead press?
No, I never I'm not strong at the over. No, I've never overhead press. I've never had to overhead press a whole washer. No, we've had to pick them up. Like we've had to like hoist them into like the back of a truck or something. Even that's not overhead, but it still was fucking heavy. Like they're heavy, especially the front. Man, look, heavy hitters, suckers. Remember that shit?
No.
Was it called heavy hitters?
I don't know.
That label, it was like a rap thing or some sort. They were like heavy hitters. I'm mad now you don't know what that is.
Because that probably never existed. Heavy hitters?
Oh, yeah, like the Rooster Shot song you don't know about.
That never happened, bro.
Bro, the Rooster Shot song is a real song.
Rooster Shots?
I don't know if it's Rooster Shots or Rooster Shot.
You don't know the lyrics.
Rooster Shot. Anyway, he did all that. And so he basically is explaining himself to us. And Thomas is like engaging in a conversation, trying to keep things calm and peaceful, or whatever. And he's like, "Well, yeah, what happened was my guy had came, so I needed help, so I got my guy to come and help me. So he helped me lift it up, so I could put it over. First, he turned off the water. Then which he's supposed to do, turn off the water. Went over there. They hoisted it up over the thing, and then put it back down into the spot they're supposed to be in. Okay, cool. And then after that, what he said was, then I went and go help him with his project. And I'm like."
So you didn't finish your first project.
So y'all didn't finish one project. So it's two dickheads in the room now. Because y'all both was here and could have finished it together and then tackled the other project. Mm-hmm. But instead, you leave and you go do his project. And then your logic was, I would be back before you got home. Y'all, this nigga don't know when I work. He don't even know if I went to work today. He don't know nothing. So I was like, how would you know before I got home if you don't even know when I left or when I'm coming back?
Hey, man.
How does that make sense? Like, any kind of sense whatsoever. That don't make no sense.
Common sense ain't common.
No sense is common. Not common either. I don't know whatever I'm trying to say, but this nigga didn't know nothing. Like, he then turned around. Like, come on, bro. Like, he did that. And my thing was, bro, like, you didn't even leave a note. There was no communication to us about when they were coming. There was no communication about, hey, we're already in the apartment. There was no communication about, hey, I'm coming back. There was no communication like, hey, we did the washer. There was no communication. So I had to walk in and just find all the stuff messed up. And then they were like, basically he was like, oh, my bad. That was my fault. I messed up because I had left. So, like, don't tell me you messed up. Fix it. That's all you got to do. Fix it, bro. Like, don't tell me I messed up. 2 + 2 is 4. It is a dog in the moon. Like, what the fuck, nigga? Like, no, fix my shit, bro.
I just honestly, when I was talking to, I just heard a whole bunch of BS. So I just was like, all right.
Like, he was real good at trying to soothe it over by being like, oh yeah, like, you know, and this is what happened. This is why it was the was. Like, he had a good story for what happened. Like, it was interesting. Like, oh, that's kind of cool. Okay, cool, yeah, but what does that do for me?
I don't care.
Like, that's what it was. It wasn't like, oh yeah, I believe your story and therefore I feel better about it. It was just like, oh yeah, because then he almost forgot to turn the water back on. Remember? He's like, oh yeah, well, while I'm talking to you, let me go ahead and get the water on. Yeah, you should have started with that.
Because at that point, you had the mercy of me being kind or understanding or not, and it's like, bro, no.
It was I was like, how do you? So apparently the reason they're saying a lot of this is happening is because our apartment complex went through a different new management, whatever. So it's a lot of things in shambles, which I get. Mm-hmm. What does one thing being in shambles have to do with a nigga getting the washer, getting it in the room, and hooking it up correctly? What that got to do with any of that? Like, bro, like...
That happened months ago, too.
Like, bro, like, what did that have? That has nothing... It happened months ago, for one. The merger happened months ago. And for two, that has nothing to do with how you handle a situation with an apartment. I could see there was an earthquake. Okay, that's why you couldn't set it up right. The shit was shaking. That makes sense to me.
Yeah.
But to be like, oh, yeah, because I didn't have the whole ticket, I just knew I had to change out a washer. I'm like, okay, that's cool and all, but how does that change how you treat the customer? Like I come in the house, shit's everywhere. The carpet's fucking dirty as hell. You didn't mop up the water that you spilled out. You left my fucking door open so anybody could have came up in here and did whatever the fuck they wanted to do. Mm-hmm. And on top of that, you were talking to us for a little bit, giving some bullshit story. You got the water back turned on. You went over to the back of the machine. You did something. So obviously it wasn't done being hooked up because you had to go back there and mess with a few things. And there's still water leaking. So what did you really do besides bring a wash machine upstairs and put it in the spot?
I'll give you a new one.
Yeah, so what did you really do besides the old one? At least was running; it wasn't leaking.
And we fucked up our apartment.
I was like, Jesus, like, bro, it was
surprise.
It was bad, y'all. Like, I know I'm venting, and it's like, damn, like, I ain't bitching, I'm venting. I just went nah, y'all ain't know that Oskino rat. They don't know what that Oskino. They don't know what that is. But anyway, it was bad, bro. It was real bad. Like, it was actually just disappointing. And then to see it be like a black dude who I have been like, what's up to him, whatever. He like, he'll like nod back or whatever. Cause I see him when I'm leaving from work. And then turn around and be like, it was him who did this. I was like, I'm disappointed in you. Like, I'm not even mad. I'm just disappointed in you. Like,
I probably seen him twice. But
I've seen him a few times. It just was like, damn, dude, like that was heartbreaking to just see like you let Nas down, nigga. That shit was bad. Like if Nas is a maintenance man, you let him down big time, bro. Like whatever version of Nas is the maintenance man, that's the nigga you let down. Cause that shit was terrible. Like, I mean, shit was everywhere. There was no fucking notes. There's just, my doors are open. People could just come in here, whatever, bugs could just get up in here. It's unattended.
I ain't think about that. That's something I'm worried about, is the bugs.
Like, it's just everything, bro. I'm like, yo, like, we got some shit here that come on, man. It was just drawing. Like, do better, bro. Like, and then come in here with a story about how. Anyway, nigga, look. So my week was all right, bro. You know what I'm saying? It was what it was, bro. Like, my week was all right. You know what I'm saying? That's all I can say to you. My week has been all right.
I feel you. And honestly, like, I ain't gonna lie. Like, with everything going on, because we have a lot of stuff that's like out in the open, we can't really put it up. So that's just like affecting my mood. That's why my mood's kind of like up and down a little bit. But it is what it is. We're trying our best to like make sure we just handle the shit best way we can. So this is some whole shit though. But
I called the office. I didn't tell you this part. I called the office and was talking to him about the situation, and I asked her about the whole how do we get compensated for the inconvenience?
Right.
We need compensation. We've been 13 plus days. We pay for a washer and dryer unit, and we haven't had a washer and dryer. And she said, well, usually when these kind of things happen, there's not really a compensation thing going on. I was like, but it usually don't take no 13 days to get something done. That does it. Or are you telling me this is normal for you guys? It's how you guys normally operate.
I remember the time they had asked us about the key, because they didn't have a key right to our own apartment.
You knew shit was fucked.
Yeah, I was like, you're not gonna be doing anything. And I understand it. I just bought a new place. I'm trying to get your money back. I get that, but y'all niggas slacking.
It was, to me, it sounded like one of those things like we had just made some money off. We had just got a surplus of money from another location that we had. Mm-hmm. Let's try to snatch this one up while we can. And so they jumped on it prematurely. And that's why shit wasn't. Because if you did it right, everything should have been transitioned correctly. It should have been like boom, boom, boom. You know what I'm saying? But if it's a rush job, it's easy for me to like rush job, grab this and run off with it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
no, because even when like our apartments, we know all the details about our apartments and shit. But even when they were like signing the deal over, not signing the deal over, but they was like trying to transition, the company before, the one that we had before, they wasn't sure if the deal was gonna go through or not, because they never like, there was no communication.
Nah, I can believe that.
Cause I
can believe that. I can believe that. No communication. I can believe that.
I think it was like a Thursday or Friday. They was like, we don't know what's going to happen. Because remember, we had to pay rent. We had to pay through money order.
Yeah, they had the whole thing of like, you couldn't. Yeah, we had to go get money orders for a little bit while they got the system up and running.
Yeah, because they was like, we don't know if the transition actually went through or not. So that's what we're dealing with. Well, that's what we're dealing with. Excuse me. It is what it is at this point. I'm just like, hey, I kind of like this situation better. I like this.
Yeah.
I don't know, I need something. My back is going to start hurting soon. Yeah, that's honestly our week for the most part.
It's been good. Which, you know what was cool? Was that we found a new anime.
Oh yeah. Nice.
Ranking Kings. Yeah. We found a new anime. That shit goes.
Yeah.
That shit goes. So watch this anime on Crunchyroll. Shout out to Crunchyroll. Y'all been blessing us with a lot of animes. And and we found this one called Ranking Kings. Now I've seen it multiple times on the
banners
and stuff like that. You know, like Netflix, and as you go through, they show you the picture of the movie, whatever. And I was like, I just saw it. I was like, I saw a little boy. All you see is like a little boy, and I'm like, it looks like it might be a little boy thing. I don't know. I'm watching other things. I have things I'm watching. But then one day, I don't know if you said we were supposed to watch it, or we just decided to click on it.
You had said something about it, and I said I've been seeing a lot of clips on social media about it.
Okay.
And from there, we just was like, we'll try one episode. Yeah,
so we go to watch one episode. We click on it, start playing it, and then like 4 hours later, we're like, yo, we try to go to bed. Like it was great. Like, bro, this show was good. It was really good.
Dude, I was like, fuck, man, play the next one.
Yeah. I got shit to do. Let me go get this ironing done. Play another one. You be sitting there like this. It was what made it so good was so the Ranking King.
You want to get the story right now?
You got it. You go ahead.
So basically, the story of Ranking King is it follows our protagonist, who is Boji. The reason why he's so interesting is because he's deaf and he's mute, and everybody sees him as being like weak, inferior, stupid, like the whole stereotypical name that you give people that have those quote unquote disabilities. And so he befriends somebody that I don't know what you want to call him, but he looks like an ink blot, but he's an actual person.
Yeah.
And so when you first meet him, he's kind of like a bad guy, but he's running on survival, but you don't know like how far. And so they end up befriending each other, and this takes place in a kingdom, and basically the king is like 20 feet tall.
He was a species of giant.
Yes, he's a species of giant. And from there, it's like the king is really strong. And basically, they have to figure out who the next heir is because the son has two princes. He has two sons, the prince.
So just to kind of put things, Boji is a prince. Boji is one of these two princes.
And he's the next to the throne. He was the firstborn.
Yep.
And from there, it gets. I don't give away too much sauce, but from there, it just goes like it has highs and it has lows, tear jerkers.
Yeah,
it's like it's really good. It actually like it exceeded my expectations. I didn't have any, but it exceeded them.
Yeah, for sure. The art style was different. It kind of reminded me. It gave me Ghibli feels a little bit vibes a little bit. Which I liked.
Studio Ghibli.
Yeah, but what really. But one thing I pointed out that you said that really stuck out to me was just a tear jerking. Like, it's one of those animes, like, I guarantee you, as you're watching it, you would be like, yo, why they do that to him? Like, you gonna be crying. Like, if you're not gonna cry, bro, you gonna have a moment and you're like, damn, that's tough. Like,
my eyes are super, I saw eyes are super, like, drenched in tears. I was like, yo, I'm about to cry. I already know it.
I probably almost cried to that show at least 4 times. Like, I think at least 4 times. It just was like, it was just so like, because this little boy, because what they do is, he's an adventurous little Boji is an adventurous little boy, like, and he's quick on his feet and stuff like that. But because of how he is, a lot of people like despise him. They if you're supposed to be a king or whatever, you're supposed to be like big bad and you know what I mean or whatever. You're not supposed to be deaf and mute. So people look down. A lot of people look down on him for that, and then some people loved him. And so it was just different. It was just the way things get revealed to him and how he was with the world and stuff like that, and his attitude towards things and stuff. And how he just dealt with shit was just like so like it was I don't know. That's what makes it seem like damn like man and because he was deaf and mute, he didn't like he couldn't talk. Like you gotta understand like it wasn't like he's mute like had no voice. That which is different. Most of the time when they do anime and someone's mute, they just don't make any noise.
Okay.
Or every now and then they'll be like, I forgot what anime that was, but like she was feeling real emotional. She made like a noise like
silent something. I think you're talking about the movie that we saw.
Yeah, but in this one he'll be like like he's talking. It's almost like he's not mute. He just can't talk. It's weird.
Yeah.
Cause he can make like very very clear noises. Like and he'll be like and you're like, oh, it's like watching a little kid. Well, he is a little kid, but. I don't know. It's just crazy. You got to see, and the story gets real twisted. Like the things that go on. This was a sleeper. This was a sleeper.
It's like
I know why we watched it because it came up on the voting.
That's why you watched it.
Yeah, because it came up on the voting for like best anime of the year.
I don't care about that shit.
And I was like, let me see it because like they had Attack on Titan, all kinds of stuff on there, but that came up. And I was like, is it really that good? Because Taxi was on there. And stuff. So that's why I clicked on it. Okay, yeah. I was like, why did I watch it?
Does ranking influence you? Not ranking, Jesus. Does Academy Award winning shit that nominees affect you in any category? It doesn't matter, like just like Academy Award winning, just like in general. Like somebody's like Kane's award winning film. I don't care about that shit.
That affects me.
Really?
Yeah, for sure. Like
it means it's trash.
No, like for instance, we use my rankings, my ranking kings as an example. I wouldn't have watched that.
Really?
I just kept seeing that and I was like, I probably would have skipped over it. Like, this looks kind of weird. Like, I see this little boy in this big chair, like, what the fuck? Whatever. I got other things I'm watching. So maybe I would have made my way to it. You know what I'm saying? But what made me watch it right there and then was that it came up as anime of the year. So you're like, anime of the year.
Nominee.
It was nominated. So I'm like, Because some of the other ones I had already seen. I've seen Odd Taxi. I listened to a lot of it. I never finished it, but I've seen some of Odd Taxi. I've seen Attack on Titan, and these are some good animes. Like Attack on Titan's super good. So if it's at that level where they're putting it against something of that greatness, I'm like, I gotta see this. Especially with it being an anime, I gotta see it, and I was like, hey, all right, let me give it a shot. So that's why that's literally what the only reason I actually ended up clicking on it.
Yeah.
So for me, it does play a part in like it won't change my bias towards it after I watched it. Like if it sucked, it sucked. But but it could definitely be the reason to why I might watch something. Like, even with a game, it was like Game of the Year, God of War. I'd be like, You know what I'm saying?
Some like with that, like, so I remember Batman got Game of the Year. It's a good game, but it wasn't like Game of the Year. But for me, it's hard to please me in a certain way of like you trying to say like for this year, this is number one.
Which Batman?
The first Arkham game.
What else was out that year? Do you remember?
God of War wasn't out.
Let me look up when that game was out, because I'm
pretty. The game is good. The Game of the Year, that's tough.
If I remember what came out that year, I'm trying to think what came out that year, because I think that game was like one of the best games that came out that year. I'm being dead serious, like not even on some like.
No, that's fair. No, like yeah. And FYI, like I think Attack on Titan is the best show I've ever seen in my life. Like that's just me. So
yeah, I have voted Attack on Titan again. I was like, nah, ain't not fucking with that. Part 1 and Part 2 was hard, but well, obviously you can't do Part 2, so they did Part 1. That shit's fine. Like just and it's funny because one of the categories they have is best protagonist, and Eren Yeager's on there, and a bunch of other people, and then they had best antagonist, and this Eren Yeager was on there, and a couple other people. I was like, oh,
that's what makes Attack on Titan so good to me.
Oh, I didn't give him best protagonist, but I gave him best antagonist.
Why?
Because I liked him more as the antagonist in the show, like being on this side of things rather than being on the other side.
What season they going with? 4?
Yeah, season 4, part 1. I was like, yeah, that's when you come back to him and you meet him, and he like, yeah, no. Psych, nigga, I'm underneath the stage. Boom! Like, what?
All right, spoiler alerts for anybody that hasn't seen Attack on Titan any of the seasons. Him as a person in that anime, he plays both sides. Like he plays both sides to the point where he's neither.
Right, but I feel like in episode 4, it's much episode 4. In season 4, it's much more like
timestamps.
In season 4, it's much more. We're now attacking a whole nother set of people. We're like going after people. Whereas before it's like because before it was survival mode. We're trying to survive. Whereas now it's like
this is preventive defense.
Yeah,
now.
we gon' rumble.
Yeah.
Like we gon' rumble. I now have a plan, and I'm acting on this plan, and this plan that I'm acting on could be devastating for a lot of motherfuckers. Like, you know what I'm saying? And so to me, that's what makes it why I think it's fair to be like antagonist. Because from this standpoint, he even his own, like, yeah, he's definitely more of an antagonist here than we've seen in any other seasons.
Yeah, on this season he is. This is where like his villain story comes about, as they say.
And it's pretty. To me, is like the way he's going about it, even how he talks, like how he maneuvers now. Like before, he was always like, yeah, like you see kids like, yeah.
He did a whole 180. He went from being like I just talk. Now he's like
his future tip of evilness. Like, yo, fuck him.
Anybody that thinks before they speak, like you can clearly see them thinking before they speak, is like, yeah, I fuck with that.
Yep, and the way they maneuver, like they just got it in the bag. Like they know the way they maneuver, they just, like, act like they got it in the bag type shit, bro. That's how he's maneuvering. It's like, yo.
So Attack on Titan is a series about an island where basically there's no more humans on Earth except people that live in these 3 walls, and the other outside of the 4 walls, outside of the 3 walls are big giant humanoid people that eat normal sized humans, and no one knows why. And basically, they trying to figure out like how can we get rid of these Titans?
Yep, how can we stop them? How can we figure out why they're eating us? It
takes place like in the 1800s.
Yeah, you have to watch that story because that story even that doesn't do it justice. It is so crazy. You just be like, what? Season 1, dope. Season 2, dope. Season 3, dope.
It's been flawless.
Season 4,
they do a good job of pacing. They do a good job of like the action, but give you enough information that you know what's going on.
Yep. Like, and you do have to pay attention. You can't like pop it on and then go off and do stuff. You gotta pay attention because it's gonna be things you see, that might not, as you said earlier, the person you see but never hear type thing. You gonna have that. You gonna have things you hear and never see. Like it's a little bit. You gotta pay attention to it. So I know we've talked about it plenty of times before, and we gave it to y'all 20 times before. But like, there's a reason for that. Check out Attack on Titan. Definitely a go anime.
As my 33 years of living on Earth, this is probably the best show I've ever seen in my life.
That shit is crazy. Right after the Fresh Prince, it's pretty crazy.
I know this shit like.
Speaking of which, I want to see Bel-Air. What? Say something about Will. No, I'm playing. No, I do want to see. I want to see a dramatized version of that.
I like that. I like what they're trying to do with it. I do like. It has potential, but I don't. Because it's not gonna be any real humor, but it's gonna be funny. It's gonna be like you gonna have moments where it's kind of like funny, but
yeah, I'm not watching it for. I'm not watching Bel-Air looking for Will Smith. I'm looking for a much darker setting. That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for more dark shit.
Oh, you don't get the darker.
That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a darker setting where it's not like short jokes and things, and ear jokes, but like like race and drugs and sex. And,
but I thought you could let that alone. So basically, you gonna have the OC, but with black people and Will Smith influence.
Yeah. Like I never watched the OC, but I'm watching Bel-Air.
I watched the OC. I watched it the first season. It was pretty good.
See?
But like, you gonna hear me ranting and rave about it. But I feel like with Will Smith being behind it, also like he's backing it, it'll be fine. It's gonna be pretty good.
Yeah, I just based upon what we loosely seen, because you know how things go.
Mm-hmm.
To me, it did look like it's gonna be very interesting. Cause I really want to see see the real intricate parts of seeing this young black man from Philly dealing with a whole because it's so deep. You know what I'm saying? When you think about coming from a hood, you from hood and that to good. You know what I'm saying? So what they would call good or whatever. Like you in this whole different situation.
It's my backstory a little bit. I get it.
What else?
Cause I moved. I was in Detroit and we moved to the suburbs. I was in the suburbs like the last 2 years of high school and shit.
Was it suburbs or was it just nicer than where you came from?
No, where we moved to was the suburbs, but where I came from, it wasn't that hood. It was like hood, but it wasn't that hood.
Okay. What's the most hood part of Detroit that you know of when you was there?
That I know of or I was in there.
Like you was there. Like what's the most hood part you been in? You was like, this shit is like you was like, I'm walking across the street and I see niggas like type shit.
You know what's crazy, bro? I don't know off of the strength of like, I'm not gonna be like I was good in wherever hood I went to. Nah. But some things are like when you just grew up there, that's just your home.
Right, it's just home. It's not hood, it's home. I hear that.
I've been to some places where it's like where I grew up at, it just was normal shit. Like I seen crackheads and shit like that. And then you go some places where it's
that's not funny, but every time I hear somebody say the word crackhead, I just started laughing.
Cause you know, like the idea of that is crazy.
Yeah, like yo.
But then you had some places where it's like when you walk in, if you walk in, like you're like for me, I feel like my mindset, my face shifts. Like I shift to that environment. So you just like out there, the common people doing your thing or whatever.
Yeah, I think I have to agree with that. I would say I definitely wasn't like there were certain hoods I didn't go to because I had no reason to be there. Right. Like I live out there, so I don't go there. You know, what I'm saying?
If you ain't from here, don't like if you ain't from here, don't be here.
But like, no, I can't sit here and tell you, like, I don't remember ever having, knock on wood, and thank God, but I don't remember ever, like, just walking the street, like, where you from, nigga? And start getting ran up on.
I've had that. I haven't had where you from, but I was walking down Joy Road one time.
I know that play. I be there sometimes.
I was in Joy Road one time. Just got my haircut. Like, you know how you get your haircut, you feel like nothing can fuck with you and shit.
That's why you got the hood on your head.
Oh, yeah. You feel like the world is different. Hey, yo, let me tell you my story. You feel like the world is different and shit. So I'm walking down Joy Road, about to like go down the street to my grandma's place. It's not that far. It's like a 20-minute, 30-minute walk. Long story short, these niggas see me and they was like, "Hey, nigga, what's up?"
Before you get down there, you have been gone for a minute. You have been gone from Detroit for a minute, right?
Yeah.
And then you came back. So mind you was in Phoenix for a minute, and then you went back.
Right.
To Detroit.
I'm thinking like, oh, it's my city. You know what I'm saying? I'm good. And his so favorite part, I remember I had told my barber, I was like, I'm gonna walk home. And he was like, "Are you sure?"
That nigga, that's always when a nigga say, "Are you sure?" That is always a sign you should rethink. Hey, you gonna be good drinking all that? Yeah, you sure? Yeah, that's always it. Whenever a nigga say, "Are you sure?" That's them saying like, "You probably really shouldn't do this."
Now I see something that you don't see, and I think that you don't
I know
see
something you don't know. Like, bro.
So lo and behold, I'm walking back home. It's like 4 or 5 niggas walking. One dude runs up to me. So you trying to fight me?
He runs up on you like, "Well, what's up?"
Yeah, he runs up. He didn't run up like I'm about to do something. He ran up like I'm running up towards you so I can talk to you.
Oh,
But I still should know what time it was. Cause I ain't know a nigga like that. He's like, "You want to fight, nigga?" I'm like, "Nah." He didn't even dead in my mouth. I wanted to fight then. So
that's crazy. Did you just drop your stuff and start squabbling? Like,
I didn't have anything on me. I take my jacket. But I was stunned because he hit me. I'm like, why do I deserve this hit? But I was still fighting. Nigga. We was tussling and shit. Yeah. I just was like, do I know him? Like what? Like what's up?
Trying to figure out who he was. What was his boys doing? At this point in time.
So they since he ran to me, they was further back, and so I'm going back and forth with him, and he had slipped, and I had him in a headlock. But the other dude tried to get in my pockets, talking shit. He was like, "Oh, we gonna run this nigga pockets and shit."
I think it was farther back.
Yeah, but they started walking up. I'm still fighting him, and when I'm fighting him 1-on-1, they started walking up because they gonna get their mans and shit. They could be like, "Oh, we're gonna call you out since he fighting somebody." They just came up or whatever. And by the time they reached my pockets, I let this nigga go, trying to fight this nigga next, and I was like, "Fuck!" Like if I would have fucked him up, they would have got the message. Yeah, but I didn't do that shit, and so I ended up walking to the middle of the street. I was trying to get space, and yeah, they didn't leave me alone. But it was on some shit like I got busted. My mom was busted. Damn. Off that first hit.
Damn. Oh shit. Yeah. So he's like, bam. Well, yeah. If you're not expecting a hit, you might not.
Yeah, I'm like, I ain't trying. Yeah, what you on?
Yeah, your hands up or nothing. You not.
Nah, I had my hands up when that first hit hit me though. You like, bam. My hands went up so fast, it was like a roller coaster. I was like, bop, hands up. That shit was crazy. I was like, damn.
That's sad. That story always be like, damn, cause that's some real nigga shit.
I was like, my own city, dog. Nobody love me, bro. It's crazy.
I'm good in the hood. It's like, no, soldier boy. Like, damn.
I remember I got home. My uncle was so thorough. Shout out to my Uncle Dale. I remember I went home. He was like, "What happened to you?" I was getting into a fight. He's like, "Stop playing." And you know, I did a look of like,
I'm serious.
I'm dead serious. And he was like, "With who?" I was like, "Man, I don't even know, man." But he wanted to. He said if because my grandma was she was kind of like, "What the hell's going on?" And he was like, "If her grandma wasn't panicking right now, I'll tell you get in the car. Let's go."
He's gonna get him.
Yeah, he's gonna get him. he's like doing simple like, let's go fight him. Like go fight that nigga 1-on-1. Do that shit again. But I was like, I was even like, no. I was like, at this point, I'm like, it's whatever.
Yeah, like yeah. You think you would have got him if you went back?
Yeah, I had to. My uncle's in the car with me. I can't be like, I'm gonna take an L on this one. No,
I say you out there go fight him. Do you think you would have beat that boy? Boy up? I put money on that boy.
I put $10,000 on that.
On that boy? Me too.
Yeah, I'm at $2,000.
On that boy. You don't on you or on the boy?
On me, nigga.
Why?
You right.
Oh, because you the one to fight. I believe that.
I would try to get hit off like Mortal Kombat.
You should have. You should like, ah! They be like, oh, shit. Them niggas like, oh.
They be like, man, we don't even know why we was fucking with him in the first place.
Yo, like, they on your side, yeah, kill him. Like, damn, so fat. Like, reptiles?
I quit that switch on you, huh?
Yeah. They'd been kicking old boy, like, fuck him. Like, damn, ain't that your man's? Nah, not when you lose like that.
That's fucked up. You and your man's when you winning? That's crazy.
Like, that. Like, yo, I only hang with winners, dog. I'm like, ooh, shit. Like, sir.
That's a fake ass friend.
Is that a fake friend or a real one? Like, yo, you should be a winner. You should be a winner in our life.
That's crazy.
If he had said, I ain't fucking with you because you sat there and, because you started that fight with old boy, like, because you out here randomly running around doing dumb shit, I'd be like, that's fair.
Yeah, I'd be like, yeah, I understand. I get that.
But if he did that because you started that fight and you lost, I'm like, that's fair too. If you started that fight and you lost the fight, I would look at you differently. Like, yo, you're not going to put me in a situation where I had to fight for you and you're not prepared to win. Like, you're not going to be doing that. You're not going to start situations that you can't get yourself out of.
Is that what we all do, though?
No.
Not with fights, though.
I mean, that's the thing on fight, though, dog. You better learn to pick your motherfucking battles. Shit.
You says with the rock and be like, I can take him.
Like, I'm about to knock this nigga the fuck out. You be like, who? This nigga. You be like, who?
If you had to fight the rock and he can only use one hand, you think you could take him?
I could only use one hand?
He can only use one hand.
I'm fighting The Rock?
Yeah.
I'm fighting The Rock with a rock, nigga. Fuck my bow. I get the first 3 hits. I'm fighting The Rock with a rock. I'm not.
No, that's fucked up because The Rock is really peaceful. All right.
Like, you like, damn, I gotta fight The Rock?
I feel like if you fought, it's whoever fought The Rock, I'll be like, yo, you a dickhead.
It depends. If you won, because if you won, I'd be like, yo, you him.
No, I'm like, yo, like
You fought The Rock and won?
no, I feel like
You him, bro.
Nah, I feel like you's a terrible person.
How?
The Rock, nah.
He could have been bolder that day. I don't know, nigga. Like, yo, he was on one. He's like, yeah, Rock is a Rolling Stone, nigga. What's up? Like, okay, well, bow.
What's the real name? Dwayne Johnson. Thank you. No, not Dwayne Johnson, dog. He's so nice.
Maybe he wasn't nice that day. Maybe he was talking crazy
That's not
to you.
possible.
Maybe he was in the WWE attitude mode.
That's not possible.
Back when he was with the Apocalypse or whatever it was called. Remember that shit? He wasn't a nice guy then.
Yeah, he was.
Nah.
He was trying to cook for people.
Nah.
He was trying to cook for people.
Nah.
It's rude because nobody smelled what he was cooking. That's why he's always upset. He was like, I'm trying to cook
So
for
he
y'all.
was upset.
He was a little bothered.
Okay, well, that little bother turned into anger. He was out here wilding. I wouldn't fight The Rock. I just wouldn't fight The Rock. I would like whether he was having a good day or a bad day, I ain't fighting The Rock.
If you're using one finger, you think you can arm wrestle him?
Nah, he probably break my arms.
Both your arms?
I didn't even try that.
You breaking both your arms?
He's like, oh, God.
Now shout out to the Rock.
Yeah, I would never fight The Rock. Nah, I'm good. I would be actually, like, to your point, it would be kind of sad. They're like, why would you even attack The Rock? Like, it wouldn't be like, why? It would be so many whys, and they all be like, why would you fight The Rock? Like, why would you try to fight The Rock?
The Rock of all people.
And then it'd be
crazy.
like, why did you attack The Rock? Like that. Why you fight The Rock would be so many different things.
I feel like if he ran to me and he was mad at me about some shit, I feel like I probably did something wrong. I feel like, you know what? Like,
Oh yeah, if he came up to you and was like, hey, jabroni, and had the
people
people's
call you
eyebrows.
jabroni and y'all
Hey,
have to fight for
jabroni.
real in real life
He's
was
like,
crazy.
Oh, I don't know. I don't like all that jabroni talk, bro. You want to see me? He's like, all right. Moop, moop. I'm like, damn. What sound effect do you think you're going to hear when he hits you? Like, what do you think you're going to hear?
Probably hear, shit, I don't know.
Cause he's nice. He don't say bitch. He gonna say something. I don't know. He not gonna say bitch. He nice. He nice guy. He do kid movies and stuff. He can't cuss. He gonna say something nice.
The idea of The Rock hitting you and your shit and him saying bitch is crazy.
Like flowers. Like damn.
I feel like he probably stumps the ground when he hits you.
He like, ugh. Say something in like South Pacific Islander shit.
All right.
He probably would. He probably said, so that way no people be like he was cussing, they wouldn't know what he was saying. He do some warrior cry type shit and start whopping your ass. I'm like, damn, nigga, you should.
So we started Archive 81. We didn't finish it because we owed. So old and busy
That's
and
not
old.
what happened. I ain't going front, bro. We turned that shit on. He had something to go do. I was sitting there watching it, and I just remember watching the first episode, and then it got dark. And then I remember watching a little bit more of it, and then it got dark.
It's kind of slow. It's not slow, but it's, I need to stop doing that.
It's not slow, but it's slow. Do you get me? You be like, nigga, are you
It's
slow?
not
Like,
slow, but it's not moving at a pace that I would want it to move at.
It is a because it's supposed to be a suspense. So when you think of suspense, I don't think of fast pace. I think of like slow build, slowly seeing creepy things and things of that nature. Things not adding up. And
Well, in the first episode, they do a good job of like bringing that into effect. I thought that was, well, I don't know if he was awake by then.
yeah, I saw like all the first episode. I started falling asleep towards
The second episode.
Yeah, I can tell you the exact points where I started falling asleep.
That's crazy. The fact that you knew what point you first fell asleep.
because he had I passed out a little bit right when he discovered something within the house.
Oh, so you missed the point where he started getting pedicures, manicures, and like when he got the petty, it was a hand.
No, because he got his nails done, hair done, everything did.
You got that one. You won that one. You won this one.
No, so I started seeing bits and pieces of it, and it actually is a good show thus far. So when I'm saying, I was like, okay, there's a lot of suspense in it. There are some parts that are kind of creepy because you're like, what's going on? Like, just the situation as a whole is weird and creepy. Like,
Yeah.
like where you're located, like where they have you working at, and why you're there and stuff like that is all creepy. The people you're working for, it's weird.
Speaking of that, I was kind of upset that he didn't know that the phone was tapped. But that's just me, my nigga senses. So I don't know.
I feel like if I was working for a company that had lots and lots of money,
Mm-hmm.
but had no no internet presence,
Yeah.
I'd already be questioning that.
If I go somewhere and they tell me I can only use a house phone, that's just tap.
Yeah, you can't. You don't have no signal. You're out in the middle of nowhere. There's no signal out here. It's a nice house overall. It's a really nice looking house. Hella secured, doors locked, and like it's house on top, business on the bottom type thing. Like it's like office doors locked, and you can't get. I'd be like, bro,
Shit, I be thinking my own phone's tap.
Like I would automatically assume, bro, like the fact that you couldn't do none of that shit, I would automatically assume something was up.
Oh, you say you wouldn't assume? I was like, boy, you talking crazy.
I would assumed real quick. The second you told me I was gonna work for this company and these people had big money, like big money,
$2 and shit,
and that's big money when you ain't got no dollars.
I hear that.
You like,
look at my bank account.
I got two. I went from $0 to $2. Spicy McChicken, here I come. No, but
boy, them shits was fire.
I remember getting happy and
a Happy Meal.
I was about to say hi.
Man,
no, I've been high before. That shit was fun.
Hey yo, McChicken with cheese. Talk to me nice.
I'm sure I've had them with cheese. I'm sure I've had them with cheese. I don't remember, but I just remember like
devouring McChicken.
Being under the influence. Actually, being under the influence of anything and having food, man.
If you eat something nasty while you high, if you eat something and it's nasty and you high, that shit's probably disgusting.
Yeah, it's real bad. If you're high and something doesn't taste good, that shit's real bad.
I ever tell you that story about how I was high and I had Subway?
Ooh.
Man.
But you didn't eat fresh?
No, that shit was stupid fresh, bro. Like,
really?
I was high, my homie Ralph and his brother. His brother's name was Black, for obvious reasons. You can assume. And so, like, we had... I was hitting the blunt with him for whatever reasons. This day, I just want to smoke weed with him. Nigga. I was so high. And, like, it was funny because, like... So, before we went to Subway, I started laughing. And I was like, yo, Ralph, you know what's funny? And I started laughing. I was laughing. And Ralph was like... What's funny? You never tell me what was funny, but you keep laughing.
Wow.
And Black was like, "Yo, that's just the weed, nigga. He going his little journey, dog. Chill."
It's called the comical weed.
And he was like, "Oh yeah, I forgot." He like, yeah. And I was like, "I'm hungry, bro." And I was like, "Oh," he's like, "What you want to eat?" I was like, "Subway's on fire."
Subway?
Nigga.
That was your choice?
This Subway sandwich was made by gods, bro. I put that on everything.
Ooh, that was your choice?
Nigga. This
why
was like the
Subway?
best. I don't know, but it's the best choice I ever made in my life. I made some good choices too. This is the best one I ever made in my life.
Let's hear.
I had, you know, you go to Subway, you show it's like a build a sandwich, it's like a Lunchable and shit. So I had some type of bread.
Some type of bread. All right, we're already starting off weird, all right.
Sweet and sour chicken teriyaki, right?
Sweet and sour chicken teriyaki.
Honey mustard. Spinach and a whole bunch of other vegetables I don't remember and shit.
Okay, so you can't tell us what the sandwich had on to make it.
No, I don't remember. When I was like not vegetarian, I was trying to recreate that sandwich. I never did it, bro. Something was always missing.
The weed, nigga.
Bro, I ate that sandwich, dog. I remember waking up the next day and the top of my mouth was hurting, bro. My mouth was sore.
Bread be rough sometimes and cut the top.
Bro, that's the best sandwich. Love is pain, bro. That shit was so good.
Love is pain.
I fought that shit up and I was like really sad that I couldn't like. We did watch that. We talked about that too. I was like, yo, like, why can't I recreate this sandwich? I want to apply to Subway just so I can do that.
Ooh, become a sandwich artist.
Yeah, I just want to make that sandwich again. That shit was so good.
A sandwich artisan. Okay, I see you, dog. That's wow.
You said arsonist?
Okay, yeah, that's pretty crazy. I didn't expect you to say that you didn't remember what was on the sandwich. I thought you were like, it was so good. This was on. He's, I remember what I put on the sandwich. So far, you know, could have poop on the sandwich. You was like, it was good, though.
Man, that shit was smacking. I'm probably missing oregano. Cause you know, you did throw oregano and shit.
Yeah, I usually put oregano on sandwich. I'm dead serious. I used to put oregano on my sandwiches.
No, you don't. Every time I see you make a sandwich, you never put oregano on it, and I be watching. Some nosy ass nigga.
So first and foremost, mind your business. Second of all, on one hand, I'm gonna tell you to mind your business. On the other hand, I'm gonna say pay closer attention because obviously you're not watching.
All right, say less. Like, if I'm gonna be nosy, make sure I take
be nosy notes. Correctly, nigga. Don't be half-ass nosy and shit. I was eavesdropping and he said this. Like,
you know
nigga,
what? That's fair. That's like, fair as
if
shit.
If you gonna be nosy, be thorough, nigga. Don't come back with half a story. So he told the turtle. Like, why would he talk to the turtle? Like,
because he was high.
Like, all right, nigga, you missing. You be living out too many facts to be a nosy nigga. You wouldn't be a good like informant at all.
You could never be a spy.
Because you were like have half the story. Like, yeah, so he told him, and now they gonna meet at the park. You be like, who the fuck is he? Who was him? And what park are they meeting at? I don't know. Like, get the fuck out of here, dog.
That'd definitely be me.
Like, you half a story and shit. I'm like, okay. So, it's 2 niggas at a park.
You don't know all details.
And you gonna give all the wrong time. This is me at 8:30. You gonna be like, they meeting at 9. That's the type of shit you be on.
Who?
You.
Man,
it's 8:30. You be like, oh, it's 8 o'clock. That's what you would have said. It's 8 o'clock. It'd be, I swear to y'all, I never was stressed at how bad it would be. I would ask this nigga what time it was, and he would just read the hour hand. He would just read the hour. It'd be a digital clock. He would just read the hour, and that was the time it was.
Nah, cause I don't
if it say 8, it was 8. It could have been 8:59. This nigga would say it was 8. I'm like, dude, it's almost 9 fucking o'clock.
Cause speed over quality, my nigga. I just mean think about that shit sometimes. And my clock is analog.
Thomas, you have an Apple Watch with different faces. It's a whole thing.
I can tell time, G. No, you can't. Go ahead and say it.
I wasn't gonna say shit to you, bro.
Yeah, you was. I know
I just
you,
think
dog.
look at the hour hand and be like, yo, you look at the microwave by, it's 8 o'clock. And I would look over there, it'd be like 8:37.
You know what?
I'm like, dude, that's not the same. That's a whole.
You know what I hate? Niggas that be having watches on their hand but look at a digital clock. I hate that shit. What you got a clock in your wrist for?
That's you.
Nah, I be telling time.
No, you don't be telling time. That's part of the problem. That's probably worse than a nigga looking at the digital clock with a watch on his wrist. It's a nigga who look at the clock and still tell you the wrong time.
No, at least I use the watch.
I swear. How many times have you told me it was like a certain hour and you was almost a whole hour off?
Like twice.
So what are some things you looking forward to watching? That we haven't thing. I want to watch Belle. I started to watch the Miss Maisel.
Yeah, you keep slacking on that, bro.
I do. I was supposed to watch it, but other shit came up. But
I feel like you gonna watch that, you gonna be like, yo, I'm ready to get out there. That's how I feel like it's gonna happen. That's what I want anyway.
Okay. So
you gonna be like, yo, it's time for you to be a manager. I'm like, oh, goody. That's what's gonna happen.
The fuck out of my face. I just get now. Like, wow, what did I do?
I'm looking for the watching Anis Ansari's nightclub comedian.
Who?
Anis Ansari. Aziz. It's a Z shit. It's a Z shit.
Nigga, do you?
How you say his first name?
Read?
Aziz?
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 What's
That's
wrong?
what I said.
No, play this back. Mark this. Play this back. That was some like. I don't know.
How you say it, bro?
You said it right after the end when you said Aziz.
Aziz.
But you were saying Anis.
I was saying his last name first.
Anis.
A nigga Ansari.
Episode 192 of Cleaning Dishes.
I forgot we watched Cadillac Records.
I want to thank you guys for tuning in.
Bro, we watched Cadillac Records. Oh, it is like 55, huh?
Yeah, we're closing because you're done. You clearly are done. Yo, we are doing a just so you guys know, we're doing a GoFundMe for haircuts.
That's not even funny, bro. I do my haircut.
No, that's not funny.
I just kept my hat on.
You should have cut your hood on. Where the hood at?
I should just kept my hat on. Like I'm a character in the show and shit. I just kept my hat on throughout the whole day.
Jughead is always where the thing on your head. You could. I wouldn't. I have been mad at that, bro. No, but that got nominated too for I think best female character.
That's pretty good. Can't communicate.
Yeah, but yeah. This has been episode 192 of Cleaning Dishes. We want to thank you guys for tuning in with us. If it is your first time tuning in, welcome. If it's your 192nd time tuning in, welcome back. I want to thank you. I'm gonna pull your hoodie off your head.
Stop playing with me, dog.
Stop playing with my phone. All right. When that hoodie
finish the exit, bro.
Okay. All right.
Hello.
Why they trying to send me for my paper? But anyway, I want to thank you guys.
What's up, Jeremy?
Oh no! Oh, let me talk about Jeremy.
What are you talking about?
Oh.
Go finish the
he don't want that. He don't want that.
Nah.
Ask Thomas. Hashtag ask Thomas who Jeremy is on Twitter. Go to his Twitter or Instagram at @TUsReno Jr.
Oh no, the homie name was.
And ask him who Jeremy is. Say, Thomas, who is Jeremy? Just please do that. Go to his Twitter and his Instagram at @TUsReno Jr. and ask him who is Jeremy.
Hold on, this nigga talking. Anybody gonna do that shit?
You can find me on my Twitter at Mr. Fantastic, as well as my Instagram, which is also at Mr. Fantastic. You can find the podcast at at Cleaning Dishes Podcast.
Oh, that tuna.
At Cleaning Dishes Podcast on TikTok, at Cleaning Dishes on Instagram, and of course, you should always check out the website, cleaningdishespodcast.com, where we have the latest episodes and all of our other content. Do check that out. I highly recommend it. Again, this is episode 192.
Fuck me, huh? Hold on. You can also find me at @TUsReno Jr.
I plugged your shit like 3 times already. If I take it off your head.
Stop playing. Hold on. All right.
Yo, okay. Also check out Tofu Tommy on YouTube. Cooking with Tofu Tommy, part-time vegetarian. Check it out. He'll pop up. He's got some real good recipes for you guys if you're trying to go vegetarian or just want some hints and tips. He's the guy to go to. He's been doing it for a while now, so check it out. And again, this has been episode 192 with Mr. Fantastic and T. Esrino Jr. Thank you for listening. Clean your hands and clean your plates. Peace.
I don't know if I'll make $1 million phone calls.
Closing $1 million deals on my iPhones.
Hey, yo, I told you that we can't do that. Right? Rescind that contract.
All right, bro. Just get off the phone. Get off the phone. Pull off your hoodie.
Hey, yo, he's worth more than that.
Hey, take that hoodie off. Boop, 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 boop.
Yeah, he worth more than that because I need half that.
I need
half that money so he can pay me.
You
get
can't
my
wear your hoodie
haircut.
here. You can't wear your hoodie here.
He think he bit funny. I know.
You can't wear your hoodie.
We need another 10 million. Hold on, stop playing.
No, stop
playing.
playing.
10 million.
Let me delete this.
Yeah, because then you get my haircut anyway, so that's why.
Why it's gonna be $10 million to get your hair cut? How bad is that?
I only need 10%. That's my cut. So go ahead. My bad, 1%. See, this nigga got bugging and shit.
He said 10%. That's my cut. Nah, nigga, you ain't got a cut. That's the problem.
That's crazy. Hey, yo, go ahead. Hey, don't worry about it. You don't need me on Comedy Central. Go ahead. Put that shit over.
Oh shit.
What, little mama?
Shit.
Yeah, I'm free, nigga.
Hey.
Yeah, I'm free, baby. Yeah,
Hey.
I just quit my job.
Hey.
I just quit my job. It's whatever. Go ahead. I ain't imagine nobody in these streets.
Go ahead, bro. I'm just saying though, dog.
I went from 10% to 1% to 0%. It's all good.
Because you didn't get a cut.
It's all gravy.
You said you didn't have a cut. I said you don't have a
Take
cut.
it, cut the profit.
Oh, that's the kind of cut you meant.
This nigga terrible, bro.
Me terrible?
Your own man don't want
terrible?
to pay you. He worse than Joe Budden.
How worse than Joe Budden? Your headline worse than Joe Budden right now.
What hairline?
Oh, wow.